Hi, I'm Steve Berry. Welcome to this preview of our July sale here at Manor Park Classics South. We have got a fantastic selection of cars and some motorbikes in this sale from all eras, from all ages, all styles, all genres, if you prefer that word. We're at Marchwood, if you can come down, in Southampton, big place. And during this preview, you might hear all sorts of strange noises in the background. That's because this is still an industrial area. There's engineering, there's manufacturing, and just at the back of our building is where they line up all the new cars still made in the UK and send them out to the world. But we're concerned with cars built in previous decades, from the 20s, 30s, he said confidently, right up to the present day, and a fine selection it is. Hey, it's the car that you always promise yourself. Go on, you know you want to. 1972, are we on an L? Yes, we are. 1972, Ford Capri Mark 1, a very rare Mark 1, 2 litre, so it's the V4, Essex V4, the one that was in the Transit, I think. As well as this car and others. But this one's got a 4-speed manual gearbox. We do have the chassis plate data that confirms it was supplied new in the UK. 4 former keepers. It's described as very good. It is very good. The paint's great. It's obviously had a respray at some time in the recent past. Look at these 13-inch wheels. Don't they look diddy on the car? But these are and tucked right into the wheel wells, but that's the way they were. That's the way it was done back in 72. We have, of course, the desirable vinyl roof and a bit of an aftermarket addition from Carlos Fandango Accessories, louvres, rear window louvres. That's not meant to be disparaging, by the way. I like this stuff. BG, made in England. So, of course, because it's a Mark 1, it's booted. The chrome work's in very good condition. Like I said, the paint is good. The odometer reads 83,000 miles, but the original dashboard was replaced. Yeah, which is why we've got these white face clocks, which I have to say look a little bit odd. Also, these seats aren't in the original upholstery, which wouldn't have been anything like as racy as those, he said confidently. Don't forget to put me right on all of the mistakes that I will inevitably make in this preview in the comments. The clutch was done this May. The car's had a significant amount of work carried out in recent years. The bumpers were refurbished, as it says here, a bare metal respray with all of the photographs to prove it. Yeah, shiny, shiny. Starts easily, idles smoothly, was driven here without any issue. 1972 Ford Capri Mark 1 2000 with the V4 that was in the transit van, amongst others. Tell me all the stuff that V4 was in. In fact, I had briefly a Saab, one of those 2-stroke Saabs that had the Saab engine chucked out and the Ford V4 put in. I think that was a popular conversion. Also, you're going to say this in the comments, so I'll say it. That engine would also go in Mazda RX-7s when the rotary engine inevitably reduced itself to atoms. 16,000 to 19,000 pounds on the lovely, shiny, bright red Ford Capri with room for 5. Another Capri. Ford Capri S 1983. It's an automatic, really? Yeah, an automatic. Wow. Mark 3 with aerodynamic styling improvements, quad headlights, of course, which do look saucy. The revised bonnet design with a great big bulge and a bonnet line that extended further down, giving the car a more modern and aggressive appearance. 2-litre engine, not a V4 though on this one. Factory steel sunroof, yes, which looks like it's all in good order. It's not all horribly rotted away around here. So the thing about sunroofs like this, factory fitted ones, is if people never use them, that's when they get clogged up and would cause all kinds of rot-related issues. If people actually use them occasionally, they operate fine. The vendor describes this car as being very good, for its year. Extensive restoration and maintenance carried out. Full respray in 2018. New exhaust system back then. Supplied with supporting documentation, including the MOT history and the current V5. It could do with a bit of a clean inside. Apart from that, it could be 1983 all over again. Oh, crikey. Do you want to feel old? This car's over 40. I had a 3-litre S. This is a 2-litre. Nothing wrong with that. I had a 3-litre S. Star Mist Silver with those decals and those wheels. Oh, saucy. Yeah, somebody nicked it. Got nicked off Wigan Market car park. Never been back to Wigan for all kinds of reasons. I don't mean that. Now, 1975 Lotus Elite, featuring the desirable Lotus engine with Weber carburation. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, look at that. The car is finished in red, rather obviously, with a beige leather interior. Let me show you that. Have a good look in there. It's done 55,000 miles since 1975. 5-speed manual gearbox, while the specification also includes power steering, alloy wheels, and this is a highly spec'd upmarket version of the much-loved second incarnation of the Elite. The first Elite, of course, being a car made in the 50s with just 2 seats and holding the distinction of being the world's first monocoque production car, I believe. Again, put me right. Now, obviously, this one's had a respray. And yet other parts of it, it kind of needs finishing off, this one, doesn't it? It just needs a bit of love. That mirror's missing. Is it missing on the other side? No, it's been there. Now, low mileage. Oh, here's one of the reasons, look. GBG Guernsey. You can drive a car, obviously, around Guernsey. You can't drive a car on Sark or Alderney. I believe cars are absent from both of those Channel Islands. But like I said, you're allowed to drive one on Guernsey, but let's face it, you're not going to be clocking up big mileage, are you? So, it's had a lot of restoration work done previously, all the hard work. The paint looks fantastic. But the bright work needs sorting out, the seats need cleaning, needs a good old clean out in there. What a lovely car. Highly spec'd as well. 1975, they're not all leather interior and they're not all manuals and they haven't all got the Lotus engine with the Weber carburetors. No reserve. Oh, I was looking for the price. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be big money. No reserve on the Lotus Elite from 1975. 2001, something a bit more affordable, something a little bit more modern. 2001 BMW Z3 2.2, finished in blue with a black leather and cloth. Yeah, black leather in the bits where it counts, and a bit of cloth where you have to sit. Because, you know, black leather, it can, especially in short shorts, like my cameraman here is clad in today because it is an exceptionally hot day. Don't forget, if you're coming down to the sale on Saturday, it is predicted to be heat wave central in this part of our United Kingdom. So make sure you bring some water with you. Perhaps wear a Panama hat, you know, or one of those kepis like the Foreign Legion used to wear with a bit of protection for the back of your neck. Up to you. Blue paintwork with a black leather and cloth interior. Desirable features on this one include heated electric seats and power steering. Very good condition, great paintwork. It is nice, the paint on this one. It's not all scuffed up and scratched up. Yeah, it's got a couple of chips here and there. What's the mileage on this one? Let me have a look. 100,000 miles. Right, okay. Yeah, so it's been well looked after to say it's done 100,000 miles. You can tell it's done relatively big mileage, but you can also tell that it's been looked after. Nothing's ripped, nothing's torn, there aren't any holes anywhere, the screen isn't cracked, the lights could do with a polish, but they're in reasonably good condition. Perhaps stick some new number plates on it. Amazing, isn't it? Just putting new number plates on a car can't half lift its appearance. It's one of the things that people sometimes neglect. Not you lot, because the fact that you're watching this means that you know a bit about your motors, don't you? You might fancy this one because no reserve on the 2001 BMW Z3 2.2 injection. Driven from Cornwall here to our venue, absolutely no issues. Come down, register to bid online. That badge could do with replacing, but they're for pennies on eBay. Come down on Saturday, you could drive away in that car. But you have to register to bid. Don't forget to register to bid, whether you're coming in person or you're doing it online at our websites, which I've just been reminded is Manor Park Classics, not .co.uk, manorparkclassics.com. Oh yeah, we've got the .com. Now, here's a car that would have gladdened the heart of one of the men that inspired me in my love of interesting motors. The two principal people in that were A, my dad, Alan Berry, and B, my granddad, John Moore. Alan Berry Sr. looked at cars. He was a farmer, a real one, not like Clarkson, a real farm, in the hills of Lancashire. And he looked at cars the same way he looked at a tractor, or as he would call them, a beast. It was just something to make him money, to do a job and make him some money. But John Moore, my mother's father, he loved his cars. He loved Jaguars, he loved Triumphs. He wouldn't countenance a non-British motorcycle or car. He was a Victorian, born in 1900, the last of the Victorians, and he loved Riley cars. This is, I'm sure many of you will know, a Riley that looks very much like an MPH. It's a replica, though, of the very rare MPH model. The Riley MPH was limited edition. Only 15 examples were ever produced. I've actually been in a real one, which belonged to a Swiss gentleman and was under the care of my pal, John Lomas at Blue Diamond Riley. They're at what used to be called Bicester Heritage. I think it's called Bicester Motion now. They're in the Midlands in Oxfordshire. I have been in a real one. This is a very good replica, a very convincing replica of a Riley MPH. 1936 this one's from. Constructed by the builder between 73 and 83 and has been used constantly since then. There's evidence of all sorts of rally action going on, including this sticker there saying that it did the, very recently did the ADAC. I think ADAC are like the German version of the AA or Green Flag or the RAC. They're coming out if you broke down. Nürburgring Classic from this June. It took part in that, all sorts of impressive names involved in an event like that. So obviously, if you purchase this vehicle, you can get into all sorts of events. You can do all kinds of things with a car like this. It's got the correct 6-cylinder engine, mildly tuned and in very good order. The big end's converted to shell bearings. Further mechanical upgrades include a Triumph gearbox, overdrive gearbox, and a post-war Riley differential. The glass fibre body, tub and wings were moulded from an original car. Yeah, these are glass fibre, making them dimensionally correct, while the bonnets and doors are alloy. The car has been driven extensively across Europe, described by the builder as fast, comfortable and reliable. It's had a life. It looks the part, it drives the part, but it is available for an amount of money considerably less than you would expect to pay for a very rare, genuine Riley MPH. £25,000 to £30,000 is what we think, where we think the hammer will fall at our sale this Saturday. Don't forget, there are fees and there is commission. All the details at our website. Back here, look at this. I love this. What a great looking car, rakish. I remember hearing the Rover P6 being described as rakish. I nearly bought, another quick story, I nearly bought the Earl's Court show car, which had been abandoned for 15 years at the back of a dental surgery in Altrincham, Cheshire. However, I did that thing where I managed to alert the vendor to the fact that it was the Earl's Court show car, which he was previously ignorant of. And all of a sudden the price went right up. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't in this condition. This car is in absolutely fantastic condition, to say that it was made in 1968. It's a home market right-hand drive vehicle powered by that 35B. The B stood for Buick. 184 horsepower on this one, it says here, including the Borg-Warner Type 35 automatic transmission. Very good overall condition. The paintwork is fabulous. Old English white, I'm going to say this is. So it's kind of a very creamy white. It's not like an Alpine white, and it really suits the car. As I think, and you may disagree violently, do these skinny white wall tyres, which look to be a brand new addition to this car. Ross style, Ross style, Ross style. What do we say? Ross style wheels, I say Ross style. Boot mounted spare wheel. Our doctor had one of these, Dr. Smalley. His was in like a forest green colour and he had the boot mounted spare wheel. I always thought that was a bit old man. But then again, when I was thinking that, I was about 9 or 10 years old. So now I think, yeah, I like that. It's sort of a bit of a throwback to, you know, it says, yeah, we've been putting the spare wheel there for decades now because we've been at this for a while. We know what we're doing. The car's had a recent service, which included oils and filter changes. It's well maintained, it's well documented, are highly usable. It says highly usable. I think this is virtually a show car. It's in fantastic condition. Look at that steering wheel. I'm not sure that that's original. I think that may be an addition. But it's got a nice Rover badge in the middle there. The ship. The Viking longboat, I think that is, isn't it? Question, which other car company used more or less exactly the same symbol? Ah, Lada. Yes, of course, it was Lada, wasn't it? You knew that. I knew you knew that. 5 to 7,000. Wow. The bargain. Will we see a bigger bargain in this preview? I don't think so. That's what we think it'll fetch. It really is lovely. In real life, there's no substitute for being here in the metal to assess the condition of a car. I hope that I give you some idea of the condition. That's my job. Obviously, again, that number plate indicates this is a car that spent time in the Channel Islands. Yes, here's the window sticker. The road traffic, third-party insurance. You have to have a sticker in the window, or you used to have to. Guernsey and Alderney. Yeah. So there's me saying you can't have cars in Alderney. You evidently can. I think Sark's the only place you're not allowed to have a car. Tell me in the comments. I love to learn. 5 to 7,000. Bargain. Giving it away. Well, not technically, but you know what I mean. 1997 Alfa Romeo Spardo. You know I love these. Is this a 3 or a 4? 1997. I think it's a Series 3. Yeah. I love these cars. The longest I've ever owned a car. RRN 217K. Where are you now? Somewhere in Canada, but that's another story. Right, first registered in the UK, this one, in 1997. Right-hand drive for the UK market. Most were left-hand drive. Oh, it's been converted. This one has been converted from left-hand drive. Presented in Alfa Red with a black leather interior, and it looks great. It's in very good order. There's no kind of holes or too much horrible wear. It's got, I'm not sure about these. Let me know what you think. So, these wheels I've seen and I think look great on the hardtop GTV cars of this era. Not sure about them on the Spider. Not seen these on the Spider before. But I don't know, they are a desirable wheel. This one's got Koni shock absorbers in place of the standard Alfa ones with eye-back springs and a big brake conversion. Fantastic summer sports car, as it says here, with eleganza. Eleganza, look at that. Nardi gear knob, Nardi steering wheel, and the horn works. 9,000 to 11,000 pounds. Enjoy La Dolce Vita this summer in this fantastic car, offered for sale this Saturday in our July sale at Manor Park Classics South. Now, you could be taking the BIS on Saturday. That's right, I said BIS in this fantastic Fiat 126. I think that meant the ones that were made in Poland. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Not open. I like it. It's got a lot of character. The Italian Mini. An off-the-radar 1980s Super Mini with truckloads of character. You're not kidding. BIS means revised or second edition. So this is the liquid cooled. So there's me, wrong as you like. BIS actually means liquid cooled, not air cooled. But I think most of these, a lot of them, especially the right-hand drive ones, were made at Fiat's factory in Poland. Fiat had factories all over the place. They were one of the pioneers, along with Volkswagen, of sort of sticking up factories all over the world to make their cars and sell them to the locals. The mileage is 29,000. That can't be verified, but the MOT history shows it having done no more than 500 miles since 2006. It's got a valid MOT, new bumpers, recent colour change from white to yellow. I think yellow suits it, makes it look cheeky. And it's no reserve, the 1988 Fiat 126 bis with its 704cc engine, side-mounted radiator, a hatchback. That's what the Mini never was, except the Mini that I had. Yeah, again, get in the comments. I had a Mini that was a hatchback, but what kind of Mini was it? Like this Fiat, a hatchback. 1997 Westfield. I can't keep up with Westfield. I think they've either completely gone or somebody's come in and saved them. There's been so much contrasting news in recent times, but back in 1997, Westfield were on the crest of a wave with cars like this. It's a 1997 Westfield SE Wide, all the better to use the 1700cc Ford Crossflow engine's power. It has lively performance, it says here, reliability and strong tuning potential. There's a chrome rollover bar, quick release sports style steering wheel. Wow, that is a tiny little mountain steering wheel. In fact, I think I had exactly that wheel on the aforementioned hatchback Mini. It was in a Innocenti Mini, by the way, a hatchback one. The one that looked a bit like a Yugo 45, and no, that wasn't a good thing. So, this one's got dark blue metallic paint with a contrasting yellow nose cone and cycle wings, because, you know, Lotus is where all of this started. It's got a luggage compartment at the back. It's actually got a tonneau cover to cover the area. It's not got like a roof, but it's got a cover to go over the bit where you and your passenger might sit. Obviously, we've got these race-style seat belts. The seats are Corbo bucket seats, fantastic. Displays just 12,000 miles from new. It's in excellent, it's hardly been used, this car. Not really. It's not, I don't think it's been track used at all. It doesn't show the rigours and the privations of life out there on a flat out life on a circuit. It's just been a bit of a fun on a Sunday afternoon for somebody, this one. 12,000 miles since 1997. And available for considerably less. And like I said, you might not be able to buy a Westfield anymore. They might be gone. Although I think, didn't the people who came in to save them say they were going to make them in Germany? You don't want a German Westfield, do you? You want a British one like this one. Westfield cars with a Ford engine. £5,000 to £7,000 is the estimate on that one. 1968 MGC, of course. That bonnet bulge and that other bulge there gives away the fact that instead of the rather anemic, and yes, I have had one, 1800cc engine, although obviously it can be made to go, as long as you're prepared to spend a ton of money, as I found out. Those 1800 engines can be made to go. Anything can be made to go if you've got the cash. With the 6-cylinder engine under there, this is much more of a gentleman's true sports car. UK market, most were sent to the States, of course. UK market right-hand drive combines the effortless performance of MGC's 2.9 litre straight six with desirable upgrades and a comprehensive history. That's what we like. 4-speed manual with optional overdrive, upgraded electronic ignition instead of troublesome points. I like points. I bet you do as well, don't you? You're going, ooh, points are all right as long as you know what you're doing. They're not complicated, are they? Anyway, electronic ignition, maintenance free. We've got painted wire wheels instead of chrome-plated ones, which I always like to see on a car like this because that's what it should have. We've got a luggage rack on the back, a half tonneau. The hood frame bumpers and headlamp surrounds have all been replaced. The car benefits from a body refurbishment carried out on the Isle of Wight in 2013, after which it was garaged and used very sparingly. It received a reconditioned gold-sealed engine earlier in its life, meaning that even though the mileage is 30,000, that's not what this engine has done. So, all of that was done when the car was showing 23,000 miles. So basically, at 23,000 miles, bumpers, headlamp surrounds, hood frame, you know, thoroughly gone through, lots of money spent, reconditioned engine. Since the refurbishment, it's done about 4,000 miles. And the current owner's done 200 miles in 18 months of ownership. Driven here, 14 to 16,000 pounds, absolutely lovely, spot on, as it should be, like it rolled out of the factory in 1968, and as we say, 14 to 16,000 pounds is the estimate on that one.
3, 2, 1.
1965 Ford Mustang, iconic, an overused word, but not in this case. Here is a car which has come to represent much more than just a car. It's kind of that 1960s American optimism, isn't it? The future was going to be better, and this was what you were going to drive into the future in. A modern-looking, sexy, stylish, performance-oriented Ford Mustang, which, of course, they built out of what was lying around at Ford, because it was an unofficial project, wasn't it? I had a 67. Like this, it was a notchback. Controversial viewpoint. I think the notchback is a better-looking car than the convertible or the fastback, which is the one that everybody thinks is the really good-looking one. We all have opinions. They're like that thing that we all have that I'm not going to mention. Anyway, what this car does have is a 289 V8 mated to a 4-speed, is it a 4-speed? Automatic gearbox. He said 4-speed, might be a 3-speed. This car has been owned by the current owner. I do like these wheels as well while we're down here. Look at these World Racing 15-inch forged alloy wheels. These would have been expensive. And a nice set of virtually new Yokohama tyres fitted on them. They look great as well. Not all Mustangs were V8s. Not all Mustangs had saucy wheels. Not a lot of them were flat paint, 6-cylinder engine. Most of them. But now, 60 years on, wow. More than 60 years on, it's the nice ones that have survived. This was a like the E-type. I always say this about the E-type, don't I? This was a mass-produced car. I've actually sat in, and I did get in a bit of trouble for it, but we sorted it out, the millionth Ford Mustang. It's in the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn in Michigan. And I sat in it. I thought, I'll sit in it. And the woman who runs the place, who'd been very nice up until then, she got a bit upset. I talked her down. I'm good at that. I've been married twice. Right, so this one's got 8K worth of expenditure in recent years because, like I said, mass-produced car, living in Texas, according to the sticker in the window, although obviously that could just be a sticker. It was sold originally in the US. It is like left-hand drive, rather obviously. But in recent times, it's had $8,000 spent on it, going through it mechanically, sorting out the engine, sorting out the transmission, passenger window needs sorting out. It's got an issue with the fuel gauge on this one. It's got 2 or 3 little niggly little things that need sorting out. But generally, that $8,000 was spent. A new Edelbrock, or Edelbrock, as Derek, Vice Grip Garage on YouTube, the best car channel. Derek, he's a cracking bloke. He's got a very personable manner, and he knows what he's doing. Like if Ed China was from Montana, which he isn't. Anyway, so this one's had a lot of money, $8,000 spent in recent times, and it says here, focused on the mechanical integrity, the drivability and the reliability, stripping down the engine, new carburetor, rewiring, steering and braking improvements, a new alternator, and extensive recommissioning and tuning. You could spend a lot of money making a car look very nice. This one's had a paint job, by the way, rather obviously in recent times. And it needs tidying up here and there, but generally it's very good. It suits the car, suits the lines of the car, and it goes with those fantastic Weld Racing forged alloy wheels. 18 to 22,000 on the 65 Ford Mustang with the C code, important that, the C code 289 cubic inch V8. 18 to 22,000. Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. We keep getting these, they're great, aren't they? These will now, some classic cars go in and out of popularity, don't they? Not these. People say, oh, when people stop, when the people who remember them, no. Some cars transcend having to be remembered by men who are cracking on a bit and want to recreate their youth. Some cars pass into legend, like the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. Performance heritage with practicality, turbocharged power, rear-wheel drive and iconic styling. I couldn't put it better myself, rather obviously. Finished in crystal blue, manual transmission, 75,000 miles. This is the 5-door model. 2-litre Cosworth YB engine. 2-litre Cosworth YB engine. Legend. Alloy wheels, which are the ones that should be on this car, are present and correct. We have the grey cloth Recaro interior, which wasn't the most robust of interiors, and lest we forget, this was a family car, a fast family car, but a family car, and family cars have to put up with all kinds of wear and tear. Some of them don't survive nearly as well as this one, and we've not got all sorts of wacky boost gauges and horrible stereo. Is that the original rubbish? No, it's a Blaupunkt. Oh, right, yeah. I was going to say, is that the original rubbish Ford radio cassette? No. A man of taste and discernment, he's fitted a Blaupunkt head unit. £30,000 of documented expenditure on this one. Wow, yeah. 30 grand on a Ford Sierra to keep it in this kind of condition for the nearly 40 years, 1988 this one that it's been around. 5-door RS Cosworth. Values are strengthening due to rarity, practicality, driver appeal and the sheer usability. You could absolutely daily this car. Use it as a car to get you and yours around and go to work, shopping, ballet practice, darts matches. Drive there in that. Daily it. 22 to 24,000 pounds. The Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. Fantastic. 75,000 miles on that one. Did I say that? I think I did. This is where it started, isn't it? Or where it came from. 1967 Ford Cortina Mk2. A head-turning homage, yeah. You're going, oh, that shouldn't be like that. That's wrong. It's not a real one. It's a homage to the real ones. But obviously it is a Mark II Ford Cortina. First registered 1st of Jan 1967, originally bronze. This one was repainted in 2012 in Team Lotus style racing livery. Not Team Lotus racing livery, Team Lotus style. Nobody's trying to con anyone here. Well, maybe a little bit. Features a 1600cc inline 4, Series 1 body shell, Series 2 upgrades. It's got a 1600E dashboard and a black vinyl interior, which would imagine looks exactly like it does. Oh, there's a smell to these cars, and this one's got it. We had Cortinas like anybody else, although my dad went off them. My dad was a man for the Roots group. I think we've discussed that before. Avengers and Hillman Minxes and Sunbeam Alpines, stuff like that. 2 former keepers, this one. Wow. The last one in ownership for 18 years. It's got an uprated braking system with ventilated discs and Willwood calipers. Be like Jay Leno and put those Willwood calipers on every car in your collection. Lovely mini light style alloy wheels, side exit exhaust. The paint is great when you stand back for it. Nobody's put, do you know what he's not done as well? He's not put Lotus badges all over it like a banana. He's not done that. Of which I approve. You're allowed to think whatever you damn well like. But if you fancy buying it, you could have this one for £8,500. We reckon is the low end of the estimate range, 10.5 being the upper end of the estimate range. For sale this Saturday here at Manor Park Classics South. Mercedes-Benz R129 SL320. Very Miami Vice this one, isn't it? You're saying, 95's too late for Miami Vice, Berry. Yes, I'm fully aware. I was a massive fan of Michael Mann's genre-busting, influential TV series featuring Crockett and Tubbs. 80s, this is 90s. I'm just saying it's got that in this kind of blinding white paintwork with the black leather. It's got that kind of Miami appeal, hasn't it? Imported from Brunei. Right, okay. This example was UK registered in 2003 when it was 8 years old. It's showing 117,000 miles. We've got a 3.2 litre straight six automatic transmission, rust-free, dry stored for the last 2 years, pearl white. Yeah, I thought it was perhaps a bit too nice for something that's, goodness me, 30 years old, 30 years plus. Is it really 30 years old, this car? It is, 31 in fact. Yeah, it's had a complete respray. Very nice, it is too as well. And look at that, you actually do get a couple of kind of useful seats in the back. You know, you won't want to get in there if the top was up, would you? But when the top's down on a summer day, you and yours and perhaps a couple of lovely friends, or maybe a pair of Pomeranians could go on the back seat there. I mean, the dog's not the nation. Well-preserved black leather interior, aircon, electric seats. Yeah, of course it is. Look, it's a Mercedes-Benz R129 SL320. It's got all of that. It's an automatic. Of course it's an automatic. It's a relaxed, effortless boulevardier, isn't it? It's not a sports car. That's not what it's about at all. 8 to 10,000 on the 1995 Merc SL320. Here's something a bit different and something that looks... Does it look American? Kind of. Vauxhall did have a tendency to somewhat Americanise. In fact, I think if I went into it, and I've gone into it, quite a lot of their design was done from General Motors over there in the United States, who of course bought Vauxhall in what was it, 1929? Again, correct me, I'm sure you will. 1950 Vauxhall Velox 6 LIP, finished in attractive cream. Appropriate. Wimbledon's on right now. Yeah, get away from watching tennis and get down here on Saturday to Manor Park Classics South when we have our sale. We start at midday-ish. All the details are available on our website. This one had a major restoration, the 1950 Vauxhall Velox, in 2022. How much do you reckon it cost? Go on. I mean, it's a nice car, don't get me wrong, but it's a Vauxhall Velox. But somebody, in their infinite wisdom, thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend £50,000 doing up this car. And you can tell, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely. It's better than new. Well, obviously the seats have been sat in, but we call that patina, don't we? There's no holes. There's a crack there where the driver sits, but yeah. 2022, we've got the paperwork. Not 50, more like 47, but would you? Probably not. So, what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is perhaps the best Vauxhall Velox in the world. Because people sometimes do things for reasons that aren't immediately apparent to the rest of us. 2.3 litre inline 6-cylinder engine under there, 3-speed manual gearbox. Rarely do Vauxhall Velox saloons come to the market in this kind of condition. Rarely, it says here, I would say never. One-off opportunity to buy a car that somebody has spent an absolute truckload of cash on, and you could pick up in our sale, we think, this Saturday for between £9,000 and £11,000 plus fees and commission. Rolls Royce Silver Wraith 2. Unusual colour. I wonder if this is popping, as I'll say to our young camera. Is it popping, this colour, the young camera person? He's shaking his head. This is one of the reasons to come down here. We had to close the doors here because we've got a heat wave. You might see some perspiration on the berry brow because it's like blinking Marrakesh out there, never mind Marchwood, which is where we actually are. Desirable Silver Wraith 2, not a shad, Silver Wraith 2, benefiting from extensive restoration and maintenance. 1979 the car's from. Caribe Aqua, this colour is called. I absolutely blinking love it. We talked about my Ford Mustang. Well, I've talked about my Ford Mustang earlier in this preview. That was the original colour of that one, which we only found, it was only available in one place, the original colour, when we took the sort of carpeting off the rear parcel shelf we uncovered the original colour, which was Tahoe turquoise, Ford Tahoe turquoise. This seems very similar to me, but it's Carib aqua over Georgian silver. Oh, the Georgian silver is obviously this lovely vinyl roof, which I think might have been put on because there's been a bit of remodelling back here, but we'll get to that in a minute. This one's got an automatic gearbox. Of course it's got an automatic gearbox. It's a Rolls-Royce. When was the last time a Rolls-Royce came with a manual gearbox? Goodness me, the very idea. This car, believe it or not, has done nearly 120,000 miles. It's MOT exempt, but it does have a current MOT. That's always a really good way of proving to people out there who might be in the market for your pre-loved motor that everything's tickety-boo. It doesn't need an MOT, but it's got one. 6 former keepers, an impressive history file. Work carried out in previous years includes major mechanical expenditure, brake, suspension, air conditioning and carburetor. We've got alloy wheels. Have we got alloy wheels underneath those chrome dog dishes and rings? Have we? Maybe. Can't tell. Exceptional comfort, effortless touring ability. Do you think I could be a Rolls-Royce salesman? What do we think? Camera person's like, no, but you're in Dreamland, Berry. What are you talking about? Look at you. With that accent. Oh, would you like a Rolls-Royce? They're great. It's distinguished, classic, suited for shows, events, or relaxed grand touring. I think it's in absolutely phenomenal condition. Bearing in mind the mileage it's done. And it's a Wraith 2. Not a Shad. Nothing wrong with a Shad. Nice cars in their own right. Obviously very successful. The car that saved Rolls-Royce, all that sort of stuff. But 1979 Silver Wraith 2. I'll say it again. Carib Aqua. So unusual. Looks great. Do you know what it doesn't look like? A wedding car. Which is what the fate that a lot of these older Rolls-Royces Rolls-Royces of this period ended up as. Doesn't look like that at all. What a great looking motor. £6,000 to £8,000. Woo! You know, I said that Rover was a bargain. Forget that. What about that? Bentley Turbo R. You can't go wrong with one of these. Come on. Well, you can. Yeah, don't buy a bad one. Buy this one instead. Finished in elegant light metallic blue, the bodywork and paintwork presents very well. Let's have a quick buzz round and see if that proves to be the case. Yep. Can't see any grime or unpleasantness. Of course, we're into the world of painted bumpers by this stage. The wheels are great. The wheels, and are these proper, like, turbo speeds? Yes, Avon turbo speeds. Because, of course, some of these cars end up with, like, Mitsubishi Shogun tyres, Isuzu Trooper tyres, because the turbo speeds were expensive and virtually impossible to get at one point. Not now, so it's got the proper tyres, the wheels look great, the original alloy wheels, well presented, this car, plush carpeting and trim, yeah. Oh, God, I wish you could smell that. Oh, we should charge you extra for the smell of Bentley. And of course, is that suede? No, it's leather. A leather-lined roof. leather dashboard, leather everywhere. Leather roof, leather dashboard. And it's all in good order. Needs a good clean, this seat. That could be sorted out, I'm sure. Very simply. There's no horrible holes. There isn't terrible wear on the bolster there. There's none of that. The wheel's in good condition. The wood hasn't cracked. Sometimes this wood, it gets hot, it gets cold, it gets hot, it gets cold. It starts to crack. None of that. The woodwork. Look at the wood on the doors. Can you show that, please, camera person? Look at the wood on the doors. Absolutely beautiful. They don't make them like this anymore, I'll tell you that. 6.75 litre turbocharged V8. The registration is fitting. Let's have a look. Ah, yeah. 67 BTR. Bentley Turbo R. 6.7 Bentley Turbo R. You've got to kind of work it out, but there you go. Wow. There was a time when that was the greatest four-door car in the world, and you can buy one now in this fantastic order. Don't buy a bad one. Break your heart and put you in the bankruptcy courts if we have such things anymore. You'd be off to debtor's prison looking after a bad one of these. Buy a good one, 9.5 to 11.5 on that one, the 89 Bentley Turbo R. Rolls-Royce Limousine 2025 by Barker and Company, who of course were the coach builders what would have got a chassis and an engine and orders from his nibs as to what to do with said chassis and engine. Under the current ownership, and he said, mate, I want a limousine. Of course, your lordship, they said. Would you like a divider so you don't have to talk to your chauffeur? Yes, please put a divider in. I may be discussing matters of great import, like whether we should leave the gold standard or the sort of, you know, the crisis in the Balkans or something like that. Because that would have been the sort of person that would have had a car like this, wouldn't they, in 1935, that difficult bit between the wars. Have a look in the back here. Woof. Fantastic. Come on, you can't blame me for wanting to get in the back of one of these. Move away, just close the door. Fantastic. Ready to run smoothly. This one was driven to the auction, 4 former keepers, the gauges all work and the vehicle charges correctly. Right, okay, that's good. Exterior is present, the paintwork on the exterior is very good. The fabric and the upholstery is good, as is the woodwork. The engine was comprehensively rebuilt in 2010 at a cost of 20,000 of your English pounds. With supporting invoice from the marque specialist Richard Parsons. Other additional work in 2011 meant all new wiring, renewed inlet and exhaust gaskets, a clutch and gearbox in 2016. The car sits on 4 fresh tyres, which were fitted in 2023 and look like they've been absolutely nowhere. What a lovely thing. Can you imagine that? Yeah, we sorted the engine for you, Mr. Berry. Oh, great. What do I owe you? £20,000. What? And the car, the estimate on that car, that's just had, relatively in terms of how long it's been around since 1935. It's coming up for its, you know, not far off 100 years old, is it really? So that engine rebuild that was done not so long ago, 20 grand, this car, we reckon, in our sale, 11 to 13,000. Now, here we go. This is interesting. Now, you know I love an E-type if you watch these, but this is kind of an E-type that might be difficult to love, unless you know what you're doing, right? Because this one was built on the 2nd of May, 1967, for the American left-hand drive market, as so many E-types, or XKEs, as they like to call them, across the pond were. This one was dispatched to New York. Oh, no. You're supposed to go to California, where it's lovely, or Arizona, or somewhere like that. New Mexico, where it's lovely and sunny and hot, and it never rains, hardly ever rains. And it doesn't get all horrible. They don't put salt on the roads. No, this one went to New York City. It had a much tougher, rougher life over the last 60 years or so. The car came over to the UK in 1999. It's been with its last owner for 27 years, was used regularly up to 2014. Since then, it's been dry stored, started periodically to maintain the mechanical condition. An inspection underneath revealed the structure to be solid with only light surface corrosion. The paintwork would benefit from being stripped and redone. Yes. I like it though. I like the fact, yeah, that won't happen. Whoever buys this will redo it because somebody has had a go at this and they've not done, I have to say, a very good job. So it probably needs redoing, but I'd just be tempted to run it like this. The interior survived well. Well, let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not bad at all. Look at that. Oh, there's me going on about Bentley interiors. I just love this line of toggle switches. It's very sort of like being a Spitfire. I don't mean a Triumph, I mean like a Spitfire. Fuel pumps, ignition, magnetos, all that sort of stuff. And look at that, with the growler on there and that wheel. Has there been a more beautiful wheel than the one fitted to the Jaguar E-type? as the Yanks would call it. Jaguar, they say. Terrible paint job. Apart from that, it runs and drives, matching numbers. Matching numbers, we've got a UK Jaguar Heritage Certificate to support that. It looks a bit grotty. Look how inboard the wheels are on it. If you can just show that, please, camera. Look how inboard they are. Because they're probably the original wire wheels that this car came with. Bargain. Got a bargain for you here. 67 E-type with matching numbers. 2+2. Yeah, nobody likes the 2+2. But look at our estimate. £15,000 to £20,000. Is this the cheapest way to get into a car which wasn't running when it came here, but the lads here at Manor Park Classics South have got it running? £15,000 to £20,000. I don't know if that's been updated on the website, which is a good reason, perhaps the only reason, to watch these previews. Let's look at some motorbikes. Royal Enfield Bullet Classic. Look at this. Pegasus. A bridge too far. Arnhem. All that sort of stuff. Virtually as new Pegasus Commemorative Edition. Oh, I wonder if it's commemorating the landings. The landings there, as portrayed in the excellent film A Bridge Too Far, with everybody. Connery, Kane, Sir Anthony Hopkins, they're all in it, aren't they? Ryan O'Neill, brilliant film. Watched it again recently. I've probably watched it about 10 times. Anyway, this is a Pegasus commemorative Royal Enfield, 4 miles from new since 2018. I like it, stylish. Look at that, you've got a Kickstarter, the battery cover there, these canvas bags on the side. It's done 4 miles from new. Manufactured at Royal Enfield's underground facility. Ah, right, okay. So this one was inspired by the Flying Flea. Now, Royal Enfield built a bike that was air-portable, the Flying Flea. And it was made famous during Operation Market Garden, which of course was the proper name for what I just called A Bridge Too Far, Arnhem, all that sort of stuff. This one was delivered new to Guernsey and has only done 4 miles. What a shame. Presents very much as it would have done when it was originally supplied. Yeah, it's virtually it's a brand new bike. I love it. Great livery. And of course the history. They've brought back the Flying Flea now, but it's the Indian incarnation of Royal Enfield, and they've done it electric, I believe. So, a tribute to Operation Market Garden, 4 miles on the clock, £3,500 to £4,500. The 2018 Royal Enfield, I want to say 19, because obviously it looks like a bike that was built, what, 70, 80 years ago, which is the intention. £3,500 to £4,500 on that Royal Enfield with a 500cc single cylinder engine. Electronic fuel injection though, instead of carburettor in 2018. 2000 Kawasaki Ninja, bit of fun here, bit of cheap fun. Walk this way. Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R J1. Kawasaki's bright green livery, classic middleweight Japanese sports bike. That pillion has suffered there, probably because there was a cover on it that matched this green plastic bodywork. Scorpion can. Any other accessories? These tyres are new. The one on the back's new. What about the front? Yeah, it's had new tyres very recently. It's had a life, this one. Must have a few miles on it. Yeah, 40,000 miles. Corrosion to some fasteners. Marks to sections of the frame. As we say, that's torn. We have got the cover, so you can hide that away. People won't see that. A lot of fun. Old school analog sports bike from 2000, 26-year-old now. You get it on classic insurance, £1,500 to £2,500. Honda, go places on a Honda, a big Honda. ST 1300A4. My pal's interested in this one, so if you want to bid, you better get registering at our website, because he might just snatch it from underneath your eager gaze, because this one's got 23,000 miles from new, even though it's from 2004. I mean, it's a big old touring bike. It's for going long distances. It's got this built-in luggage. The paint's not in the best condition. It could do with a damn good clean, this one. The wheels look nice. There aren't too many. There's no cracks. It's not been dropped. There's nothing broken off. Bit of corrosion on the alloy, on the handlebars. up here on the controls. Need to polish. Get busy with a Solvol and a toothbrush at the weekend while you're listening to Steve Wright in the afternoon. Oh, he's gone now though, hasn't he? You can get him on YouTube. Best radio DJ ever, Steve Wright, I'm telling you. I love that, being in my workshop, in my little garage, with Steve Wright on. Get the kettle on, lads come round. Nout better, is there? Nout better. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just stripping this down and repainting it for no good reason other than I like it. Great. That's what this one needs. It needs a few weekends of love and attention to get it back spick and span, which it very much could be, because underneath it's a Honda, so it's very well put together. Colour-coded panniers, service stamps up to 2019, and some from the official dealer, and then some unofficial ones up to the present day. It's had new tyres as well, this one. Oh, that wouldn't have been cheap. It's had new tyres and new exhaust. 2 keys for the luggage set. Highly regarded long-distance tourist motorcycle with 23,000 miles since 2004. The Honda ST1300 A4 Pan-European, ready to rock and roll, and yours perhaps this Saturday for between £2,500 and £3,500 plus fees. Norton. Oh, we've got a right good selection of bikes. Not many, but a great selection. 1966 Norton N15 CS, I love it. What a handsome motorcycle. Professionally rebuilt wheels, stainless rims and spokes by Sid's Wheels. It's had an engine rebore with new pistons, overhauled cylinder head, rebuilt magneto and carburetors, new clutch plates, seals, new wiring harness, battery and chain. A thorough back-to-front restoration on a gorgeous British bike from 1966. The vendor says it starts easy, it's very torquey and has excellent riding performance. It's still being run in from the rebore though, so it will require some routine checks and adjustments. £6,000 to £8,000 on the Norton N15 CS. Absolute cracker. Oh, what a lovely bike. Mind you, I quite like this. And choppers aren't normally, I like that with the old ray gun silencer. Normally seen, of course, on the old BSA Rocket, the Rocket 3. There. Look at that. Fancy. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, it's all about proportion. It's all about getting the proportions right. And most of the time, with all due respect to the lads who build these, they get it wrong. This one's great though. Look at it. It's, big word coming, cohesive, I think. It's in lovely condition as well. Finished in metallic blue with a tan solo seat, powered by a 650 pre-unit BSA twin engine. Polished within an inch of its existence, very saucy looking as well. High quality cosmetic restoration with custom paintwork and detailing. Clean, usable, well sorted British classic motorcycle. From 1963, the BSA A10 Super Rocket. I don't normally like choppers, they're not really my cup of matcha. Is that what you young people are drinking, camera person? Matcha? I think he's an old man in a young man's body, this fella. He's very much shaking his head. I wonder what all that's about. I was in a McDonald's and they were trying to sell me matcha. I said, in a McDonald's? They said, oh yeah, it's very popular. Will this be very popular in our sale on Saturday? Perhaps when I tell you that we estimate it will go for between £5,000 and £6,000, you might say yes, absolutely, because as you say, Barry, that is a fine looking example. Strictly a single seater, unless you're very good friends with whoever's going to perch back there, but that might be what this is all about. £5,000 to £6,000. Very good, very good. And all the better, I think, for not being a blinking Harley Davidson. Yeah, something a bit different. Now here's something a bit different. 2016 Indian Springfield. An Indian chief. Oof. I cannot resist sitting on this one. Goodness me, that's a big hunker. A hunker motorcycle. Metallic red with black leather seating, powered by the Thunderstroke 111 cubic inch V12, strong torque. I'm not surprised, strong torque, 111 cubic inch. It's got hard panniers, ABS, rider display, footboards, yes, Detachable screen. I'm going to get off it now because it's a heck of a weight. It's making me sweat trying to keep that thing upright. Oh, oh. No outtakes where I completely fall off and no, none of that. None of that today. Well-maintained example, comprehensive service record. It's had new tyres. They're all getting on new tyres, these, and do you know what? That would not be inexpensive. Touring accessories include the windscreen, the back reg and a luggage rack. It's got everything, this. It's like a heritage Softail Harley, isn't it? Or is it the Road King, the Harley Davidson? And yet, a bit different, but also 100% American made motorcycle. 10-year-old. What's it done, this one, in mileage? Oh, yes. Sorry, I was going to say it's not written down here. It's very much written down here. 27,500 miles since 2016. A proper touring motorcycle. Looking different, looking distinctive. Having the heritage, having the name. Indian. I think Oscar Hendy. Hedstrom and Hendy, I think, the two fellas. And I think they're a couple of years older than Harley Davidson. And obviously still very much going. My pal has just taken on the Indian franchise up there in the northwest, and it's doing very well, thank you very much. I'm not surprised. It's like a Harley, but not a Harley. For people who think a Harley might just be a bit too obvious. £8,000 to £10,000 on the Indian Springfield. Now, my favourite. Morris Mini Moke, charismatic British classic with enormous charm. Are they talking about me? No, they're talking about this car from 1969. A lightweight cult classic designed for mini mechanicals, which is easy for me to say. Finished in green with a dark green hood and a black vinyl interior. Honest, usable condition with age-related paint imperfections and minor blemishes. We've all got minor blemishes. Don't hold it against us. Simple, open design with a folded... It's a classic design. If you ever got in the 90s when people used to still buy books, do you remember when we all used to buy books, coffee table books? Design classics. It'd have like the Coke bottle, it'd have the Vespa scooter, it'd have the Lucky Strike cigarettes logo, and it'd have the Mini Moke, a true design classic, and this is a real one. Mechanically sound, it was driven to the showroom. We've got MOTs, invoices, and the Mini Moke handbook. So this car was on Jersey in its early life, so it's bound to be low mileage. Highly charismatic, well preserved, ideal for leisure and summer use. Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to be smoking about in the depths of winter in this. You know, when they made this originally, they intended it for the army, but it's got no ground clearance, so it struggled. So their solution was to put a handle at each corner and say, well, when the soldiers get stuck, as they will, they can just lift it up and carry it. The British Army said, take it away and sell it to people for a bit of fun, which it is. They are a lot of fun. 12 to 14,000 on, like I said, a design classic. 1969 Morris Mini Moke. From the ridiculous, in a good way, the ridiculous, to the sublime. Bentley Continental GT Mulliner Spec. What a successful car this was for Bentley. The interior is wonderful. Wait till you see it in a minute. Continental GT, this one, supplied with the coveted Mulliner specification. Beluga black. Beautiful Beluga black. 80,000 miles. The wheels have been in the wars, as my mother would say, but not in a terrible, horrible way. They've not been structurally compromised. They just need refinishing, which of course wouldn't be that expensive. Have we got a full set of matching Pirellis on this car? P0s. I'm just checking, rather than saying it and then being found to be telling porky pies. Yep, a full set of matching Pirelli P0 tyres with, lots and lots of tread on them. They are the 20-inch split rim Mulliner alloy wheels. Yeah, the split rims, and I bet that's where the rot has got in here. All this just needs refinishing. You could do that yourself, although if you're in the market for one of these, I don't think you would you? You'd get your man to do them. So I need you to come over here, Mr. Camera Person, and show people the interior of this fab Bentley Continental GT Mulliner Spec car with 80,000 miles. Numerous handcrafted interior enhancements distinguish it from the ordinary Continental GT. Look at that gear knob for the automatic gearbox, which of course has a clutchless manual option for both up and down. Goodness me, that is absolute, what a gorgeous place to be. In a world that's increasingly full of noise and pollution and graffiti and scruffiness and horrible Herberts, you could retreat to the interior of this car and just forget about all that, couldn't you? For, we think, £10,000 to £13,000. 19 stamped service entries, all by Bentley or recognised Bentley specialists. The most recent one was this year, a couple of months ago, and the headlining was done 3 years ago, so don't worry about that. Like it says here, those wheels need sorting out, but they are the proper and rare Mulliner 20-inch jobs, which is why they're on the car. Could have put some less impressive, much more common wheels, but the proper ones, and with a full set of Pirelli P0 tyres with loads and loads of tread on them. Jaguar XJ12, 12 cylinders, come on. The bonnet is half open, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Oh, can we not have a look at the 12-cylinder engine? I bet you all know what it looks like anyway, but... Shall we leave it? 5.3 litre V12, long wheelbase, luxury specification. Oh, this would have been the chairman's car, wouldn't it? You would have rode in the back of here. Lovely tan leather interior to go with the... What are we calling this exterior? Sable brown. Yeah, very, very classy. And in great condition, the paint. The bright was not quite so great. It looks good from here, the back bumper and all the extensive bright work that's all over the car. The twin petrol caps, of course, for the twin tanks, which the 5.3 litre V12. If there's one thing this car's not so great on, it's fuel economy. Everything else fantastic. Appearance, charisma, presence, performance, road holding, comfort, all 5-star. Fuel consumption, frightening. Yeah, the paint does need sorting out. The roof's not so clever. The back quarter's great. Boot lid, rear quarter, doors are great. Bonnet's good. Front wings, surely they're not the original front wings. There is no rot, zero rot. But the roof, this needs sorting out. I'm sure this can be rectified, boys. Somebody, I know lads in my part of the world that could do that, no problem. Sort that out so you won't be able to see. It's hard to notice anyway. Look at the back, come on, look at that. Fantastic. Recent mechanical work carried out at the Surrey Jaguar Centre with invoices for the thick end of £4,000 includes new water pump, power steering pump, pipework repairs, new distributor, new rotor arms, spark plugs and spark plug leads. £5,000 to £7,000. Everyone has to own a V12 at some point. I have, briefly, one of these, short wheelbase version. Wonderful. Didn't have it for long though. Like I said, you get used to, there's a reason it's got twin fuel tanks. 5.3 litre V12, wonderful. Now, 2006, Subaru, as we're supposed to say, this is a world where people say Porsche. When we said Porsche for decades, nobody questioned it. Now we're supposed to say Porsche. Okay, well, what we should be saying is Subaru, not Subaru, Subaru Impreza, not Impreza, Impreza. Are we going to do that? Probably not. Subaru Impreza WRX. Turbocharged performance, all-wheel drive, of course, everyday usability. The car's 20 years old, showing 87,000 miles. Manual gearbox, of course. Could you get these in an auto? I'm not sure. Classic WRX styling, bonnet scoop, aggressive number bumpers, gold wheels, and it's in rally blue. Classic. Just like a black E-type, a red E-type with black leather and wire wheels, gold wheels, rally blue, and of course, a very plain interior. Because of course, at the end of the day, these were just like an ordinary shopping car. And in places like Japan and the States, the vast majority of Imprezas that were sold would have been four-door sort of family cars, you know, for like going to work and stuff like that. They wouldn't have had a whacking great wing on the back like this and dirty great turbocharger and all the mad stuff that we like to have on them. It's just us lot here, and that's why they were Colin McRae editions, Richard Burns editions, with wings and splitters and spoilers and side skirts. 87,000 miles from new on that one. The maintenance history includes regular servicing. Key repairs include an exhaust manifold, gaskets, the suspension, lower ball joints, all the sort of work you'd be expected to be done. It's been used, it's had a life, it could do with titivating here and there, but generally it's very tidy and it's for sale this Saturday. Oh, those headlights need polishing. Get busy with that. Bit of toothbrush and a toothpaste, that doesn't work. Just go on Amazon and get one of those kits for like £7, much better. £7,000 to £9,000. Oof. Aston Martin. 2008 Aston Martin DB9 Le Mans. Just been the Le Mans Classic. A few of my pals went out there for that. Fun and games. Right, okay. I'm going to tell you straight away, instead of leaving it to the end, how much we think this car is going to sell for this Saturday. We think the hammer will fall for between £16,000 and £20,000. Imagine, for a moment, if you can, how much this car would have cost new in 2008. Not 16 to 20,000. Put a 1. Put, in fact, more. Yes? No? You tell me. Google it and then look clever in the comments. I know you love doing that. Finished in South silver, of course. South, one of the significant parts of the course on which they famed 24 Le Mans runs. Number 23 of 124, with only 17 right-hand drive examples. 34,000 miles from new. It looks like it's, to be honest, and I will be honest, I try to be honest, I don't work here. They get me down for an independent opinion, which is what I try and give you. It kind of looks like it's done a bit more than that. I think whoever had this must have just been as rich as God and like didn't really, you know, they just used it. But it's done 34,000, didn't bother too much with it. It's great inside. Look at the interior with all this saucy red stitching. And there in the middle, a little graphic of the layout of the circuit at Le Mans. Yeah, only 34,000 miles. The wear on the interior is less than the wear on the exterior. Oh, and we've got the, on the door here, inside the door, if I can just persuade the cameraman to come round, we have the plate there confirming that this is number, what did I say it was? Number 23 of 124 cars. And like it says there, Aston Martin DB9 LM, hand built in England, 023 of 124. This one's had an engine rebuild. In fact, it's just had an engine rebuild and then has been stored off-road for the last 5 years or so. Recorded as a Category N insurance loss in 2020 for non-structural damage. Oh, all this is adding up to a bargain, isn't it? Comes with extensive documentation and a history file of work. Highly collectible, strong rarity appeal, absolutely beautiful, stunning car. Looks like £1 million, and we reckon it will sell for between £16,000 and £20,000, which seems absolutely insane and utterly remarkable to me this Saturday in our sale. You've got to be in it to win it. Register at our website, manorparkclassics.com. 2003 Mercedes SL500, the one with the V8. Equipped in brilliant silver metallic with black anthracite leather upholstery. Ooh, very nice. So yeah, black anthracite, so it's kind of very dark grey. Black and very dark grey, which looks great. 5-speed automatic gearbox, it's got ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. Active body control suspension, I made that last bit up by the way. Electrically folding hardtop, which works as it should. Bi-xenon headlights, air conditioning, cruise control, heated electrically adjustable seats, alloy wheels. It says here it's got power steering, but then again, it would, wouldn't it? Because it's, sorry lads upstairs that do this, not having a go. But it's a 2003 Mercedes-Benz SL500. It would have cost an absolute ton of money back in 2003. The vendor states the car runs and drives well with both the folding roof and the variable suspension system working correctly. I'm going to have a look round. Wheels are good. Tyres look brand new. Brand new Yokohamas. They look brand new. Yeah, paint's very good. It's had a touch up this, surely. Come on. It's had a titty. Oh, no, no, no. There are some marks here on the bonnet. On the front, just stone damage, general wear and tear. It's been around for 24 years now. But get this, 2003 SL500, the classic combo, silver exterior, black interior, all of the luxury refinements one would expect from an upmarket motor car manufacturer like Mercedes-Benz or Daimler-Benz, to give them the correct name. Are we doing this? Are we indulging in that? Or shall we just call things what we've called them for decades? A Merc, a 500 SL, come on. What a cruiser, no reserve. 1970 Ford Mustang convertible. First UK registered it. Oh, what a great looking car. In fire engine red, look at that. Pure Americana. First registered in the UK in June 2015, one former keeper. It's been with the current vendor over here since 2018. 5.8 litre Windsor, Canada. Yeah, just across the Great Lake from Detroit. 3-speed automatic gearbox, power steering, comes with a strong history file, rolling rod tune-up recently, oil and filter service, new Holley carburettor, an ignition system refresh, speedo was sorted out, and in 2024 it had a bumper. The body is said to be solid underneath and in good condition. Electronically operated roof for easy up. Wow, yeah, because it's a big roof, that, isn't it? Showing 91,000 miles, a valid MOT until May next year. Always a good sign, like I say. Of course, it's an auto. Paint's great. Yeah, not as subtle as the earlier Mustangs, is it? Look at the size of the bugger. And we've got these fantastic 5-spoke American racing wheels with the Galaxy Radio GT tyres. Love it. Love it. You either like these or you don't, and I do. They're not a driver's car, are they? You know, it's not a Lotus. We've got a Lotus if you want one of them. It's different. Full-sized, 4-seater convertible. And look at the presence, look at the road presence that this car would have. Paint is fantastic. Bright works good. Oh. Mirrors, interior. Mind you, this interior, is it leather or vinyl? I bet it's vinyl, because it's textured. So I'm betting it's vinyl. That'll look like that exactly when we're all gone, including young camera person here. Because you know what the Americans do? They build things to last. Because if they don't build things to last, I learnt this when I worked on Classic American magazine. They built things to last. They built them thicker, stronger, sturdier than perhaps anybody else. Because if they didn't, their customers would take them to court and sue the ass off them. So they said, right, yeah, make it thicker, make it stronger. Hey, look at this. So I thought, is that a Firenze? Like a lot of you would, because look. No, sir. It's a Viva Coupe. Look at this, what a rare car. When's the last time you saw one of these? 4 previous owners, the last one's had the car since 2014. Desert gold metallic, fitted with a black and silver Jensen Healy alloys. Look at those Jensen Healy alloys, they look fantastic. Look at them, so distinctive, unusual. We've got a tartan cloth interior, Recaro seats in the Viva Coupe. Less than 500 miles, it's got a Restore mod theme. Yes, the person who's done all this work on this car, and to what high standard, the paint job is fabulous. Absolutely flawless. What a great paint job. A tribute to whoever did it. I'll bet it wasn't cheap. We've got a 20XE red top engine with an Opel Manta 5-speed gearbox. Yeah, this is like a Singer Porsche, but it's a Viva. Yeah, you know what Singer do with Porsches? They get a 911 and they Restore mod it. They make it faster, stop quicker, go around corners better, look sexier. Somebody's done that to a Vauxhall Viva, but no ordinary Viva, a Viva E Coupe. So we've got that 20XE red top, open manta 5-speed gearbox, open manta alloy sump. The vendor bought it as a bare body shell. Oh, somebody's put their heart and soul into this, haven't they? A bare body shell with a 2.3 litre engine and has rebuilt it to its current condition. Retro power Calibra Carlton clutch in it, 2.3 litre Firenze axles, no ignition, twin Webers, Manta radiator, MGB servo and master cylinder. Oh, total resto mod, like I said, like a Singer Porsche, but a Vauxhall Viva. All of that love, all of that time, all of that money. And we reckon, and then just done, and then I've struggled in the past coming here and doing this. I've learned that while some of us are into using and driving cars, some people get as big a buzz creating them, restoring them, reviving them, rescuing them, like this one. And then people like us can get in and buy a car like that with all that time and money. 9 to 12,000 on the 75 Vauxhall Viva E Coupe Resto Mod. I salute you, sir, whoever did that. Somebody is going to get an absolute belter. 2008 Mercedes SLK200 mid compressor. Yes, it has the supercharger. 2 keepers. Yeah, he was Welsh, the fella that. that is my. I'm basing that on the character of Christoph Waltz in the film The Inglourious Basterds that Quentin Tarantino made. You know, he's German, but he's talking in quite a camp way. Like her, what's it off League of Gentlemen? That's my German. That's as good as it gets. 2 previous keepers, this one. Silver with a black leather interior, 5-speed automatic, electric folding hardtop, heated leather seats in lovely, lovely condition. God, they look like brand new, the seats. The vendor describes the car as being very good to very, very good. Clean, tidy interior, fully operational roof, minor cosmetic imperfections on the bumper and the bonnet. There is some curbing to the alloys. Is there? Yeah, a little bit. Not terrible. Well supported by service history. Not like a woman's owned it. That's a joke. That's a joke. Well supported by service history, including a stamped service book with 8 service stamps. We've got the V5C, current MOT certificates, and the last ones. This one's going to be a bargain. In fact, it is available this Saturday in our sale, looking pretty much like it's hardly been used at all. The interior looks like a new car. I can't see anywhere. No reserve. 2008 Mercedes SLK 200. That was a high days and holidays ladies who lunch car. That was not used on a daily basis. None of that nonsense. No reserve on that one. The SLK 200 compressor from 2008. BMW 320i convertible. Classic. A true classic. This one's had a life, I'll tell you that. Original Atlantis blue, unrestored as it says. Well, yeah, look at it. There's quite a bit of wear here on the front end there because it's covered some miles as this one. Largely original survivor with light patina. It's not had a full reprint. A new repaint. New hood was fitted in 2024. Manual operation, the hood on this one. But it's not big. It's not a big car. Retrimmed grey leatherette, Recaro type seats. Leatherette. The new word for vinyl. Mechanically sound this one. It starts easily. Smooth gearbox, no leaks. The check control system is working. The coolant light remains on incorrectly. Original bottle top alloy wheels. Look at them. You don't see many of these, do you? And this was such a popular car when it was new. Who else gave you this style, this kind of build quality, rear-wheel drive, and a full-sized, come on, look at the back there. That is a full-sized 4-seater convertible from 1990. 7,000 to 8,000 pounds in our sale this Saturday. Don't forget the commission and the fees, all of the information that you need about this car, all the other cars and the motorcycles in our sale at our website. Love these 1999 BMW 528i Auto, but high spec. The colour is fantastic. Me and the camera person are for once, because he's significantly younger, totally different generation, agreed. This is a great colour, isn't it? Yep, vigorously nodding away for once. Supplied new in Germany, so, oh no, it's right on drive. Supplied new in Germany, imported to the UK the same year, so quite possibly a member of our armed forces, perhaps, that was stationed over there and took advantage of the ability to purchase a car like this and to spec it in right-hand drive, because of course you could. So, it's finished in this rare colour, Welschen Blau Metallic, with a BMW white and blue Napa leather interior. Is the car open? Yes, it is. Is the alarm going to start going off? No, it isn't. Look at that. Blue and white interior, Lotus white and light blue Napa leather interior. This car has £15,000 worth of factory options over and above the standard specification for a very well equipped 528i. It's got Steptronic automatic transmission, heated electric memory seats, a glass sunroof. No, has it? Not really. Can't find it. If it's got a glass sunroof, somebody's replaced it with a steel roof. Park distance control, hi-fi upgrade. It's definitely got these rather saucy alloy wheels, which look to be in fantastic condition, as do the tyres, which are 17 inches and the right ones for the wheels, rather obviously. They really fill the wheel wells. These 17-inch wheels look great. 193 brake horsepower, 2.8 straight six. It's got that 5-speed Steptronic automatic gearbox, which means that, do we have flappy paddles when we say Steptronic? Do we have controls on there? No. You move across the stick in the middle and you operate it clutchlessly like that to change up and grind. This colour pops, doesn't it? That's what you young people say. It pops in this sunlight, doesn't it? It is mad out here today. If you come to our sale on Saturday, apparently the weather's going to be like this. So imagine you at the Manor Park had a Albuquerque, New Mexico division, or Phoenix, Arizona, and dress appropriately and bring some water with you, because I don't think we have. Do we sell water? Can we give out water? No, bring your own water. Don't forget, if you're coming on Saturday. We've got the original German registration import documents from when it was brand new. Very good overall condition. £9,000 to £11,000 on the 1999, proper 90s. That screams the 90s, doesn't it? The good bit of the 90s. Although there was a lot about the 90s that was good, wasn't there? Yeah, the music, the telly, particularly Top Gear on a Thursday night. Yeah, remember? Great, wasn't it? Yeah, what we say, 9 to 11 on that one. Mercedes, 2001, look at this. 2001 SLK 32 AMG, woof, absolutely top of the tree for these little cars, that. 32 AMG. Hand-built 3.2 litre supercharged V8, 350 horsepower, forget your 200s. This is the top of the tree, 32 supercharged, 350 horsepower. Obsidian black with AMG anthracite leather interior. I'll try, the alarm might go off, I do apologise. No, it's locked. Let's have a look in there. Oh, it all looks wonderful, and as it should. So classy in there. Oh, and a fantastic CD changer, a Clarion CD changer in the middle of the dashboard. Very 2001. Extensive factory specification, heated electric seats, xenon headlights, aircon, cruise control, headlamp washers, electrically operated vario roof, exceptional history. This is a special car. Do not confuse this car with lesser SLKs. Look at them exhaust tips there, AMG. We've got the MOT certificates, maintenance invoices, the certificate of conformity. It had an air conditioning recharge in 2021. The car presents well overall. Minor age-related paint imperfections are rare. This is rare, this one. Look at them wheels. Them AMG, well, are they 5 spokes or 10 spokes? I don't know. That one needs a bit of a refurb. Somebody's been curbing that one. Pay attention to your parking. That one's a minter. Little bit of a spoiler on the back there. You need it on this car. 350 horsepower in one of these. Wow. A rare, well-preserved, well-maintained car. Double black, black exterior, black interior, and No reserve on that one. We're on an industrial estate. We're in Southampton. All the new cars built in Britain, or a lot of them, because I know a lot go out of Port of Liverpool in my part of the world, the rest of them go out immediately. There's lines and lines and lines of brand new cars waiting to go out all over the world. And look, steel for making things. We still actually do things in this country, and that's why sometimes in the background of this preview there's a lot of noise. There's obviously not a lot of noise in the foreground of these previews because I'm doing them. I'm in AMG heaven here. 2000 Mercedes S55 AMG. What an unusual colour for an S-Class. 5.4 litre naturally aspirated V8, luxury, refinement and performance. It was originally obsidian black. Is this a wrap? Is it a wrap? No. With a black exclusive leather interior and wood trim. Again, it's locked for obvious reasons because it's outside. It's in very good order. There's a little bit of wear on the bolster. No wear on the wheel. Lovely, lovely interior. 129,000 miles, 8 stamped service entries. It's got electric memory seats, a sunroof, Parktronic, keyless go, soft closed doors, electric rear blind, xenon headlights. It's got the blinking lot. But is it a wrap or is it paint? It's hard to tell these days when a wrap's done really well. I'm just wondering if it's black underneath, because much as I like this colour, which is great, if it's black underneath, you've always got that option. It's paint. It's very well done. I bet it cost a ton of money. Nice plate on it as well, £5,000 to £6,000. So unusual. It looks great as well. Headlights need a polish. 2003 Mercedes CLK 500 mit the V8 W8 engine. Clayman. Right, Clayman, sounds German, is a Danish Mercedes tuning emporium. From 2003, as we say, it's got the 5 litre V8 with a standard just over 300 brake horsepower, smooth performance, strong reliability. This one though has got all kinds of extras, including these gorgeous 19-inch alloys, which are in absolutely tip-top order. A set of Michelin Pilot Sports, again, have been very recently added to this car. The factory specification includes command navigation, Parktronic parking sensors, heated front seats. Let's have a look at that lovely interior in this pillarless coupe from Mercedes. This car, believe it or not, look at that interior, look at the seats, look at the driver's seats. 170,000 miles since 2003, proving the old adage that if you build it right in the first place, then it'll actually last. These things don't just look good when they're brand new, they are built to last. Very rare, very rare. Look at the number as well. I'm not sure if that comes with it, but it'd be nice if it did. I like the exhaust. Clayman exhaust. Oh, quite odd looking. Yeah. People would say, what's that, a Clayman? Yeah, it's very rare and unusual. Don't tell them it's done 170,000 miles. They would never know because it's in very, very good order. £9,000 to £12,000 on this one with an excellent history file, 13 stamps in the service book. Yeah, it's got everything you expect from this era. Automatic climate control inside. It's a very civilised place to be. As I say, I know a CLK enthusiast, a CLK fanatic, and he will have his eye on this one. So if you fancy it, don't forget you've got to be in it to win it. Registered to bid in our sale this Saturday at Manor Park Classics South. I like this because, do you know why I like this? Because I like both kinds of music. That's right. Country and hip hop. No, not hip hop. Country and western. It's a Dodge B. You don't have to like country and western to own a Dodge B250 Ram van, but it does help, doesn't it? Look at this, it's fantastic. It's like the A-Teens vans have been turned into a party bus. I wonder if it's open. I hope so. Look at this bad boy. Come on. Personally used as a tourist hotel shuttle bus. Believed to have done that job in Mexico with some Barcelona paperwork. It's been around, this van. Finished in white, good to average overall condition, tidy interior. Look at these windows in the back. Yeah, it's like literally a station wagon to pick folk up from the airport or whatever and take them to the hotel. It's done 169,000 kilometres or just under 100,000 miles. Converted for camping use with a rear rock and roll bed. Rock and roll, baby! Let's see if it'll open. Yes. Good, you can have a look in the back. Hey, come on. Right, so, yeah, you can sleep in the middle, and there's two. I'm not sure how two people would fit there, because what about your legs? Maybe they swing round. Look at that. Milwaukee, rolling and rocking. It's got a tow bar. Love it. LED headlights, rear mounted spare wheel and locking cover. The MOT expires on the 1st of July 2026. A pre-MOT inspection has just revealed that work will be required, including repairs to the near side rear sill. No biggie, it's otherwise in excellent condition. Versatile, that's what this is. You could have a lot of fun in here. I'm tempted to suggest to the camera person here that he and I embark on a Max and Paddy style adventure in this vehicle, but I think he might be too young to know what Max and Paddy is. Do you know what Max and Paddy is? Shrugging his shoulders. Do you remember when Paddy McGuinness was actually funny? No, he's too young. When he did stuff with Peter Kay. Look at these wheels as well. Fantastic. So just under 100,000 miles. Bodywork's in great condition. A bit of a conversion. It's not really a camper because it's just got chairs and a bit of room in the back. It's not got like cooking facilities, storage facilities, sleeping facilities. But you could kip in it over the weekend. It'd make a great race truck. Like we say, probably needs some work on the sills. 19 to get it through its next MOT, but that's about it. Apart from that, it's great. 1991, bless you by the way, camera person. 1991 Dodge B250 Ram van. Does 18 miles per gallon in town, it says here. I love it. No reserve, I love that even more. American day van, yeah, like they say, a day van. Halfway between a van and a camper, a day van. In other words, you could kip in it over the weekend, but you won't want to spend, you know, you won't want to go into like the great outdoors, the middle of nowhere, because it's just not equipped for that, but somebody's going to find a use for that. I think the Steve Berry Big Band, I'm in a band by the way, and it's named after me, you probably worked that out. That could be our track, that could be our bus. 1989 Porsche 944 Series 2 Cabriolet comes with the desirable option of air conditioning. Now, previously in this United Kingdom of ours, you might have thought, well, why on earth would you need a convertible to have air conditioning? Well, on a day when it's about 30 whatever degrees, and it is, by the way, just in case you've seen some shininess on the forehead here, that's because the sun is brutal. And it's at its zenith as we speak. And you know, you realise why in other parts of the world, like California, they might want a convertible with aircon. Well, this one's got it. It's got a comprehensive history file, including old tax disc, the original logbook, service book, and previous bill of sale. The service book contains 12 stamps from main dealers and specialists between 1989 and 2003. The timing belt was done in 2000, again in 2023, along with cam chain and tensioner work. Additional maintenance includes the suspension, brakes and undersealing. An honest, usable project. The paint looks great in this light. It's alarm activated and it's locked, but the interior looks very tidy. Looks to me like those seats have been either repaired or reconditioned at some point because they're in very good order. The paint, as I said, is good. It's not perfect. If it was, I'd tell you. There's all sorts of chips on the front here from use. Cheap, £7,000 to £9,000 on the 1989 Porsche 944 S2 Cabriolet. Very usable, ready to go right now. Hardly a show car, but on a day like today, you've got the option of top down and enjoy the sunshine. That's a bit too much sunshine. Top up, aircon on. Oof. 2007 Mercedes ML420 SE CDI 4MATIC A, a long name for a lot of car, a big, well-equipped, powerful car. The diesel variant of the W164 M-Class 4-litre twin-turbo V8 diesel, 306 brake horsepower, a luxury SUV, and that's luxury with a capital G. 7-speed automatic gearbox in metallic black, not the gearbox, the car. Black leather interior and usual refinements. ABS, air conditioning, cruise control, electric memory seats, sat-nav, electric folding mirrors. 3 previous owners, the last one had it for 11 years. It's described as running and driving well. There's a tow bar on the back and it is available in our sale this Saturday. A big car with a big name, the 2007 Mercedes ML420 SE CDI 4MATIC A twin turbo diesel, 7-speed automatic, black with black, no reserve. I've got one of these, but then again, blimey, I just touched the roof. It is, you could fry an egg on there. If I was reporting for Nationwide in the 1970s instead of doing this, that's what I'd be doing. Today in Southampton, it was so hot you could fry an egg on the roof of a Rover 75, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to tell you that it's finished in Pearlescent Odyssey blue green with grey cloth interior. It's got the 2-litre BMW derived engine with a 5-speed manual gearbox, 115 brake horsepower and excellent fuel economy. 2 former keepers. Factory specification includes aircon, ABS, alloy wheels, power steering and electric seats. It's got a tow bar. Well maintained, it was serviced by L&D Stanley Motor Vehicle Engineers. Recorded as a Cat N insurance loss in 2020, non-structural damage, it was just the headlight. Supplied with an MOT until 21st of September 2026. Designed by my friend, the Scottish genius Ian Callum, what did Aston Martins and Jags and all sorts of glamorous stuff, and he did that as well. No reserve on the Rover 75 Classic CDT Tourer. You're thinking all these cars up to now have been shiny and lovely, Steve. What about a barn find? You want a barn find? We got barn find for you. 1972 Rover P5B Saloon barn find restoration project having been in long-term storage. However, although it's a P5B and so it has a Buick-derived V8 engine, it is not the 3.5. Oh no, sir. This is a 4.2-litre Range Rover V8 with twin SU carburetors. The interior is largely complete, including the wooden dashboard and the world's best collection of Poundland air stinky things for some odd reason. Don't know why. But it's very complete, the interior. The wood's in good condition. The leather's not too terrible. Weirdly, the passenger seat's got more wear than the driver's seat. Don't know why. Externally, we've got age-related wear. Last MOT tested in 2014 when the recorded mileage was 5,817 miles, really, and it's been stored since then. An increasingly rare and complete P5B with a Range Rover engine in it, available this Saturday in our sale at Manor Park Classics South. No reserve. No reserve, it will sell this Saturday. Now, you either like these or you don't, and I'll be quite honest, I do. I love them. Volkswagen T2 Westfalia, a well-restored Westfalia camper from long-term ownership. I better stop doing that camp German voice, even though it is a camper. Attractive orange and white, with current owner having cherished this vehicle since 2010. Bodywork professionally restored and repainted by Paul Wisk Restorations in 2014. Powered by an 1800cc, blimey. Flat 4 engine with a replacement exhaust, and it's fitted with a tow bar. That's optimistic. Displaying 154 miles. Well-equipped Westfalia interior featuring a full-width rock and roll bed, overcab bunk with lift-up roof. Yes, this is all the lift-up roof bit. Up it goes, so you can stand up when you're inside it. If you're doing a little cooking on your 2-burner unit that you'll find in there, along with a Wiseco compressor fridge, Propec heater, leisure battery, colour coordinated, striped upholstery. Can we see that? No, it's locked. Oh, no, it's not. There we are. Hey, look how lovely it is in there. Fantastic. Comprehensive history file includes the V5, a service book, restoration photographs, maintenance invoices, LPG safety certification, previous MOT certificates, and supporting paperwork for the restoration. Oh, it's very saucy. It's all very jolly, isn't it? I like that. Why do cars always have to like be obsidian black and sort of aggressive and muscular? I mean, there's a place for that, but there's also a place for this. And this place, do you know what? It might be more fun. £8,000 to £10,000 on the very desirable 1972 Volkswagen T2. 1977, nearly 50 years old. 50 years old next year, half a century. MGB Roadster, the quintessential, as my old friend and colleague, Mr. Quentin 2L Wilson, RIP 2Ls, good bloke, newest classic cars. This one's finished in red with a cream interior, good overall condition. It is in good condition. It's got the traditional bit of rot there on top of the, by the windscreen, at the back as well. Well, it's better at the back. Paintwork's not bad at all on this one. The interior features cream upholstery. Yeah, somebody's done that. Nice bucket seats with a wood rim wheel. Motor litre, is that? Or is it the original one? It's not the original one, surely. Quite a bit of wear on that gear knob, which is making me think that this one is high miles. I can read 85,000 there. Fitted with a manual gearbox, of course, benefits from historic vehicle status, making it MOT exempt. Good overall condition. Somebody sort of cosmetically resto mod it, haven't they? Like these sort of hood pins instead of the conventional, and we've got a cut off for the battery here, and maybe that operates, one of those operates a fire extinguisher. Probably not, I hope it's not connected. Nice tonneau, nice cover here on the back for the soft top. Yeah, it's in good order, nicely looked after, cosmetically modified, no reserve. 1995 BMW 318 Auto, convertible, Samoa blue metallic with a lovely grey leather interior. Paintwork suffered in the wars a bit from the use that this car has had. It's had the current owner since 2020. 4-speed automatic gearbox, electric soft top in good working order. The interior is very good. The exterior's not that clever. It needs a bit of love, this one. Wheels are good. We've got the original book pack, service invoices from January 2024 when it had done 108,000 miles. Yes, it's had a life, this one, it's been places. It's got, I tell you what, it's a tribute to BMW, isn't it? Nearly 110,000 miles. The car is now over 30 years old, but the seats, the wheel, all the things that you'd touch, all the things that you'd come into contact with, if you were using this car over 120,000 miles of driving, he said, adding 10,000 miles to the car, it's only done 108 at this point, just in great condition. Why isn't that seat all worn? And, you know, it's not been replaced, I don't think. It can't have been. This passenger seat's had some wear and tear, but it still looks good. There's no holes or anything like that. The stitching hasn't come apart. It's had a life, this one. Very beautifully built cars, these. Solid. Paint needs some love. We've got the V5. The registration number is non-transferable. I wonder why that is. Let's have a look. Oh, right, okay. Ah, yeah. M126NKH. That's not evidently the registration number that a car from 1995. Or would it? No. Anyway, it's non-transferable. So why am I worrying about that? A lovely E36 offering, as it says here, an excellent basis for improvement. Yes, it needs some love. Lots of the cars we have here are absolute minters, prepared for sale, brand new tyres. You've watched the preview, you've seen the cars. Sometimes we get something like this that just needs a bit of love, a few £100 just spending to make it look really lovely and to drive well. No reserve on that one. The 1995, high mileage, relatively high mileage for a convertible, BMW 318. Convertible. Hank! That was the name of my Ford pickup from the 1950s, which, like this one, was similarly equipped with, instead of the straight six, the humble workaday straight six it probably would have had, a great big V8 like this one. Now, the more I look at this motor vehicle, the more I realise how much time, trouble and effort has gone into creating something really rather special. Those of you who know these sort of conversions will realise that that isn't just the engine dropped in there. This is the whole front clip from whichever Ford this 5.8 litre V8 engine came out of. So what do we think that would have been? Which Ford car or truck do we think that 5.8, the whole clip, is it out of another truck, a more modern Ford truck? Aluminium radiator, electronic ignition. We've got these centerline, beautiful drag race inspired, not drag race inspired, they are drag racing wheels, probably cut from billet. Centerline alloy wheels, Willwood brakes, everything on this is top spec. Have a look at the interior, why don't you, while I put this down? Because then you'll see, and I think this works on solenoids to open the doors because there's no exterior door handles. Do you know these trucks didn't have locks on when they were new back in the 50s? They didn't have door locks because, and some of them didn't even have an ignition key. They just had an ignition button because back then, Grand Theft Auto, if you've ever wondered where that came from, Grand Theft Auto meant that if you got convicted of 3 motor vehicle related crimes, life imprisonment. That's why it was called Grand Theft Auto. And that's why some of these didn't even have locks on the doors. That interior just says to me, this is built for drag racing. It wouldn't have all those instruments. It wouldn't have all that equipment. It wouldn't have had cut-offs and places where you can pull fuses and stuff like that so it doesn't burn to the ground. Look in the bed here, where the rear suspension pops up through the bed. Is this what they call tubbed, where the body of the truck has been dropped over the frame to give it this stance where it's up at the back, down at the front? Look at the size of these Mickey Thompson tyres on the back with, again, these massive deep dish centerline. These are all the names that if you're into this, you want to be hearing. Summit, Jegs, Mickey Thompson, Centerline, Willwood. It's all the big money names, isn't it? It's all the people that you get the proper gear off. If you watch like, what they call, Finnegan and Freiberger, the 2 American guys who do all the hot rod and truck stuff, Stubby Bob, the Crusher Camaro, all those amazing muscle cars and muscle trucks that they built. This is all the stuff that they, I don't think they pay for it, but costs so much money when you're doing this. Aluminium radiator, electric cooling fan, performance ignition, MSD electronic ignition. This truck is not running at the moment, but huge power and potential, lots and lots and lots of money spent to get it to here. If the only problem with it is the electronic ignition, you have got a very cheap fix. The paint probably just needs tidying. It doesn't need a respray. It just needs tidying up. And I'll tell you what, I drove something similar, maybe not as extreme as this, with a big 5.7 GM. It was actually a Camaro V8 in a Ford truck, which I know is sacrilege, but there you go. And it concentrates the mind. You know, some cars are easy to drive, aren't they? Modern cars with all the electronic aids. That is the exact opposite. You have got to pay attention if you drive something like that. But I'll tell you what, incredible, what an experience. 10 to 12,000 pounds on the 54 Ford F100 custom, says F500 there. And that probably refers to the 5.8 litre Ford V8 engine and manual gearbox, of course, with Hurst shifter. Again, all the names are the names, every component. It's everything you'd want it to say. Somebody spent a ton of money. Don't think this is just a lash up. Somebody spent a lot of time, a lot of money getting it like that. You might get it for between 10 and 12,000 pounds this Saturday. 1955 Singer Hunter, a post-war British saloon. I don't think I've ever seen one before. I love the mascot. Look at that, the bonnet mascot. A lovely horsey. How fantastic. That being the Hunter in its name, you know, referring to that sort of horse. Have you ridden a Hunter, camera person? Terrifying. I've ridden some of the world's fastest motorcycles, including the new Norton Mk2, which I rode this week, which is phenomenal. Should be for £40,000. But I've never been as scared as when I was on an ex-National Hunt horse. Why are they so high up? And they've got a mind of their own. Who thought that was a good idea? Anyway, I love that. Back to the car, dark green with a brown interior, manual gearbox, 65,000 miles since 1955, running and driving, offering an enjoyable, usable, classic car. Or has it not got suicide doors in the back yet? Perhaps we shouldn't say that anymore. Bakelite. You've got to love it when you get a bit of Bakelite. Bakelite, the between the wars version of carbon fibre. And look at those lovely seats. Look at that back seat, and a bench seat in the front. How fantastic. Let me shut that. Needs proper shutting, that. Oh, how wonderful. A lovely brown leather bench seat. And all those Bakelite buttons and switches. Fantastic. Extensive history and literature file on this one. Well-preserved exterior with a good shine to the paintwork. It's like a proper middle-class car, this, isn't it? This would have been the kind of car that a head teacher at the grammar school, or perhaps a regional manager for the building society or somebody like that, head of procurement at a mid-sized engineering company somewhere in the West Midlands. Yeah, a thoroughly British motor car. I absolutely blinking love it. 1955, looks older. Not in a bad way. What a great car. No reserve. See, it's an oddball, isn't it? I'd never even heard of it or seen one before, but I love it. I've heard of these. 2000 Mazda MX-5 Icon. That's what they're saying, not me, although the MX-5 is, agreed, a bit of an icon. It's in good order, this one. Believed to be one of only 750 UK examples, right-hand drive, of course, but then again, so is Japan, where these cars come from. The interior is lovely. Don't mix this up with less well-spec'd versions of the Miata or MX-5 or whatever it is that you prefer to call it. 2000 this is from. We've got 15-inch alloy wheels, low-profile tyres, ABS, leather upholstery, which is in fantastic order. Really good condition, the interior on this one. Sony radio cassette, believed to be the original one that was fitted to the Icon models. So it was a limited edition job for the UK. Extensive ownership history, paint's very good. I like this colour as well. Again, it's a sort of, what would we call this? Waitrose Raspberry Fool Red. Yeah, that's where I go. I go to Farm Foods, really, but I have a Waitrose carrier bag. So when I walk through the town centre, come out of Farm Foods with my Waitrose bag. Roadster, love it. Oh, is this an import? Was this sold in Japan originally? Let's have a look and see if it's got kilometre clocks. That's always the giveaway, isn't it? No, MPH, Nardi wheel, of course, lovely. What a thing, 6-speed gearbox on these as well. What a great car. This is an under-the-radar bargain in our sale this Saturday because this one's for sale with no reserve. Only 37,000 miles from new, which is not many since it's been around for 26 years now. It's in great condition. The paint's fantastic. The interior's lovely, very subtle. Love it. Classy piece of kit. And available this Saturday with no reserve. Great. That's the bargain, that one. That's the bargain. 1955 Wolseley. Again, a very respectable car. Hold on a second. Oh, careful. 1955 Wolseley 444. Finished in mid-green. Mid-green? Really? Very dark, isn't it? Mind you, it's quite dark in here. Non-running project offers an excellent basis for recommissioning. Presentable paintwork with a good shine. Yeah, once it's had a polish. Original leather and wood-trimmed interior. Let's have a look. Hey, look at these green leather seats. They're fantastic. And that thin rim wheel with, weirdly, like a marble effect on the Bakelite on the steering wheel. Like you'd actually want, I've got to say, if that horn ring is in working order. It is. Hey, and what a fantastic noise it makes. That's the noise you'd expect this car to make, isn't it? Out of my way, good young fellow, is what I'd say if I was piloting this and came across perhaps an errant butcher's boy on his way around to deliver a pound of sausages to Mrs. Fox at number 42, or something like that. It's that kind of car, isn't it? It's the sort of car you expect to see in a black and white film that might be on the Yesterday channel, he said, having not really watched telly for the last 25 years. 444. Oh, okay. Original leather and wood trimmed interior, we know that. Clean, well-kept engine bay, benefiting from a new starter motor. However, oh no, it is running, this one. A rare, charming British classic. Look, it's got wing mirrors that are on the actual wing instead of being on the door. Needs a clean. Elbow grease is what this car's short of. Young camera person is thinking, I would rather eat my own arm. I get it. Young people just are not going to get that. You've got to be of a certain age, and guess what? I'm that age now. I love it. It's like a little Bentley or Rolls. It's very classy. It's very restrained. It's very British. Yeah, like a little Bentley or Rolls Royce, except it's a Wolseley. Did the cops have those? I think they did back in the day. If you watch old movies like I do. Police car. No reserve. Where's a Mini? We all love Minis. There's a Mini. 1981 Morris Mini City, 850. Period bronze with contrasting cream roof. Manual gearbox, just under 100,000 miles. Bright orange paintwork. Bright orange? It's like a burnt orange, that. I like it. It's almost like the caramel on a cream caramel. It's cream caramel, isn't it? Look, cream and caramel. Love it. I like a cream caramel. Original style interior with that very distinctive sort of British Leyland type three-tone cloth. Historic vehicle status, MOT exempt. Brown carpets. Let's not hold that against it. And a motor litre type steering wheel. 4,000 to 6,000 pounds on the 1981 Mini City, Morris Mini City, with just under 100,000 miles. I hope it's got another 100,000 to go, this lovely little Mini. Fantastic. 4 to 6,000. Cortina Estate. Look at the size of it, big car. God blimey, I did a lot of miles in a saloon that was this colour. And the wings here, you could push your fingers through the wings. I don't think it had ever been cleaned in its whole life. It came from a man who would, and some people used to do this, but he was quite odd. He would buy a car every 10 years, and when it got to 10 years old, he would literally drive it to the scrapyard, then walk to the dealership and buy a new car. He did that 3 times in the time that I knew him. This one, though, is in much, much better condition. There's no way you're going to get your finger through the bodywork there. It's in fantastic condition. Hey, get this. Powered by Ford's 2.3 litre V6 Cologne engine with a 4-speed manual gearbox, it starts, runs and drives well with a smooth engine. It's very solid and honest. It's better than that. I wouldn't say honest, I'd say very good. There's a tiny bit of rot around the rear screen at the back. There's nothing on the doors. The doors are great. Hey, look at that interior. It's ridged for your comfort. Woof. Look at them big seats. Wood dashboard. Radio cassette, sharp with ANSS. Oh, get your tapes on there. I know her, Tracy, off Coronation Street. Went to play tapes, never came back, did she? She's still alive, the actress. The interior's fantastic, really good order. Very little wear on what would have been a good, honest family car. This vinyl roof needs a bit of love. Why does it end there? Should there be a bit of trim? Is there a bit of trim missing there, or is that just quite odd? Was this a conversion? like by the factory? Was it a big seller this? I don't remember seeing many Cortina estates like 2.3 GL, sold by Bristol Street Motors of Birmingham. Yeah, I used to go past there when I was going to my previous employment at the BBC at Pebble Mill. What a stupid name, BBC Birmingham. You had to explain every single time. No, it's BBC Birmingham. Well, why is it called Pebble Mill? Well, because Pebble Mill's a suburb of Birmingham. Yeah, but yes, I know. They don't do that anywhere else except here. It was silly. And Bristol Street Motors was just up the road from us, which is where this was sold from. Look at that. When you got the GL, you got an aerial to go with your radio cassette player, but you didn't get a power one. Like it says here, honest. 2.3 V6, 4-speed manual, 1979. It's in fantastic condition. Find another one as good as this. There's a bit of rot there. Like I said, a bit on the tailgate. The doors are very good. The wings have obviously been replaced because they're fantastic. The bonnet's good as well. The bumper looks brand new. 1979 Ford Cortina 2.3 GL Estate. Did I tell you how many miles it's done? I don't think I did. I think I should have a look because it doesn't say here. I wonder if it's like been round the clock and it's quite deceptive. Or, super low mileage, under 20,000 miles from new, according to the odometer. That's why the interior is in such great condition. It won't be like that if it'd done big miles. £5,000 to £7,000 on the Cortina. A lovely MG in British Racing Green. What could be better? No reserve on this one, a late chrome bumper model, finished in British Racing Green with a black cloth interior. Well, let me tell you something. That black cloth interior has not fared nearly as well as the one on that Ford Cortina we were just having a look at. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of wear and tear here. That's probably a big lad getting in and out of here. There's not much room to get it. Look at that. I mean, I'm not the biggest, and I'm, oh, I've had one of these. I think, was mine a 79? I think it was. Mine was orange. I think you only had two choices, orange or British Racing Green. Yeah, it's not the roomiest of cars, is it? And I'm like 5'10", and a bit of a racing snake, as I'm sure you've noticed. The locks on this car are deadlocked and cannot be operated from inside. The MG group. Oh, okay. Rust-style wheels. Like we say, chrome bumpers. Webasto sunroof. Not perfect, but in pretty good order. It's obviously not leaking water in there, or else terrible things would have happened. Let's try the hatch, see if this stays up. I bet it doesn't. I just used to have a bit of a broom handle. This one stays up. And do you know what? It's going to stay up. No, you do that, don't you? Yeah. Do you know what? It's going to stay up. Right. Long-term ownership. Last owner got the car in '88. It's been stored for 25 years. Wow. Arrived at the auction as a non-runner. However, with a bit of fresh fuel, it fired up. Appears structurally solid and well preserved from storage. Because it's a 74, you don't necessarily need to take it for an MOT. It is exempt. Although, of course, it's always a good idea. I'll tell you what, it sits very flat and straight. There's a lot, I mean, yeah, the interior is not great and it's got rot in the traditional places where you expect it to. Aerial works, glass is really good. Is it low mileage, this? What did I say this? 44,000 on the clock, that's not warranted, but the mileage is supported by the historic MOT certificates that we have. 1974 MGB GT. Give it a clean, drive it as it is, that's what I do. I'd probably put that back hatch down without damaging the mechanism, although I'm not going to do that right now. No reserve on that one. 1956 Austin A35, oh, come on. You've got to smile. Come on. Even the camera person, he's flagging in this heat. He's doing good work, but it's incredibly hot in here. I don't even notice, but don't come any closer is all I'm saying, because bit of body order. You've got to smile. 1956 Austin A35 van, custom classic, extensively restored, and it says here, tastefully modified. Well, that all depends on your taste, doesn't it? Classic styling with modern performance. Tell me about that. Right, well, okay. Under there, is a Mazda MX-5 engine, 1.6 litre. It's got front disc brakes, electric windows and a heated windscreen. They've been to town on this one. A heated windscreen, disc brakes. Let's have a look at the interior. Ah, that door card needs a little bit of attention, but it just needs sticking back on. Hey, look at it in here, it's great. Minor age-related marks to paintwork and wheels. Overall presentation remains very good. I think they're MX-5 wheels as well, they are. All modifications have been declared to the DVLA, and we've got the V5 reflecting the vehicle specification. It's still down. DVLA know all about the many modifications, but it's still, to them, a 1956 Austin A35 van. Is there a lot of room in the back? Oh, there's a mysterious stain. Let's not draw too much attention to that. It's got a tow bar. Mind you, it's got a Mazda MX-5 engine. Austin of England. There's got to be somebody out there who would just love, because it'll see off quite a few cars. I'll tell you what, it surprised some people. If it's got the MX-5 brakes, wheels, engine, it's probably the whole front of it. Wow. I can't stop smiling. Look at it. That's got to be the best car ever for getting let out of a side road. If you're in a side road in that, everybody's going to let you out. Everybody. Come on, look at it. Fantastic. 56 Austin A35 van with the Mazda power and Mazda brakes and fancy wheels and everything. 9,000 to 11,000 pounds. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling because it's our July sale. It's this Saturday, the 11th of July at Manor Park South. All the details, not just about our starting time and the order of the cars and the motorcycles. We have some motorcycles in this sale, as well as all the ways that you can be in it to win it. You can register, and all the details of fees, commission, etc. are available for you there. I think I need to lie down, don't you?